the camporee, leave the Promise International Pathfinder camporee, and it also says presented by Advent Health.
Presented by Advent Health, exactly. You know, Advent Health has played a significant role in the success of this camporee. And with hundreds of others exhibitors here, Advent Health has one of the most impressive interactive experiences. Let's take a look.
Thank you so much for having me here today.
Absolutely. We are excited to have you here. We're excited to give you a peek of our story before we open up for the Pathfinder camporee.
That's wonderful. Well, today, I kind of want to see what's going on here at the Advent Health Career Experience. Would you mind showing me around?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is the entrance to the Advent Health where we're going to do the introduction to what Advent Health is. So we're going to enter in through the experience here through the Promise portal, which is a very exciting, engaging immersion of sounds and lights as you enter into the Advent Health experience. So we're really excited for this, just to build up that excitement as attendees are walking in. And this is going to be something that then unveils them into the actual experience where there's a whole lot going on for them. The first thing they'll be introduced to here is our wholeness sphere. And we're really excited for this because this is what brings all of the Pathfinders together with Advent Health. We have some exciting, engaging content that's going to be showcasing on here. We have Pathfinders from across the globe who have submitted photos and appearing on the globe.
Wow, that's cool. It's so clean we're able to get all Pathfinders engaged, no matter their location.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we'll walk over now and take a look at one of our activations, which is our simulation lab. And our simulation lab is an experience to be able to learn how to do CPR in a gamified, engaging way. So we're taking the learning of CPR and we're applying games and excitement to it using augmented reality.
Bro, Moses, I didn't know we could
So
sign up here.
Operation Unity is a really cool set of table-based
I was right there.
that are designed to showcase the different roles and the different teams within healthcare and how they work together to contribute to a broader goal. It tells you a little bit about what that department does, and then you're introduced to a mini game. Here in Music from the Heart, we're actually leveraging EKG sensors, which are used in the hospital, and we're taking the heartbeats of the Pathfinder and we're applying them to a real-time experience that is going to develop a unique music track based on their unique heartbeats. The photo wall. This is going to be an area where our team members are going to be able to engage with Pathfinders and learn about all the different markets that we operate in. So all of our hospitals across our 9 states are represented in this photo wall. But these career fairs are real exciting because what they do is they allow someone to have some playful discovery about the rules that exist within healthcare. So these mirrors, you can walk up to them and there's a tap to start, and you're presented with a menu which has clinical rules and non-clinical rules. And this is an area where an attendee can come and really just have that discovery and that learning. Alright, Melissa, well, we're super excited to have you do this current experience. We're so excited to be able to unveil this and share this experience with the Pathfinders and this year's camporee.
Well, I'm so glad to be here. I'm so glad that I've been able to share this experience with so many other people.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're excited, and we think it's going to have some memorable moments and really inspire the next generation to go to healthcare and pursue a life of promise in healthcare.
I'm so inspired by that exhibit and that story. And I think that you are too. And I have good news for you. We have the CEO of Advent Health right here with us live on the set. Terry Shaw, welcome.
Thank you so much.
We are having fun at camporee, aren't we?
We are having a great time.
It's been a blast already. You know, you as Advent Health, you are the presenting sponsor of Believe the Promise. What went into making the decision to be the presenting sponsor?
It's pretty simple. First thing a Pathfinder learns is that they're supposed to follow God and be a servant of man. And when you think about Advent Health, we extend the healing ministry of Christ. The two fit so naturally, we could not be a part of it. Getting 55,000 kids from around the world to introduce them to healthcare, what an opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. All these kids, decisions about their future. And it looked to me as we watched the video about the exhibit, the interactive exhibit you created, that really was your mission was to look at medical careers. But what really did you want Pathfinders to go from their time in that exhibit?
I want them to take away that if you want to work in an organization with a faith-based mission, we want to have you. And it doesn't matter if you're a physician or a nurse or an x-ray tech, if you want to be an accountant, a lawyer, if you want to be in marketing, anything you like to do as a profession, we have Advent Health, and we need all the bright Adventist young people we can find to work in our organization.
I love that. So, kids who are listening, who are here, who are watching at home, taking those talents that they naturally have and putting them into work for God and for His work, it sounds like that's your passion.
Yes, it does.
Wonderful. Now, from what I've heard anyway, Advent Health is known for being involved with various professional sport teams. What's kind of your philosophy for that?
We are, as a matter of fact, one of the things we have at the camporee is our NASCAR activation. We're allowing the campers to do tire changes. We do sports marketing for the following reason.
Okay.
It's not just sports, it's the arts, it's high schools, it's a variety of things. The theory is this.
And we've got it on the screen, Terry, as you're describing it to us, so our viewers can see it.
Yes, it's right
Yeah,
there.
right there.
So the theory is this. If I'm
Yes.
with you in the community in the good times, then you're going to be more apt to turn to me in the bad times. We want to be a part of every community that we're in. We're in 52 communities spread across this country, and we want to be a part and parcel of everything that takes place in that market.
Yeah, wonderful. So getting involved in the community, showing, the love and the compassion that's part of the Advent Health.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's wonderful. That NASCAR is really cool. I'll have to come and find you over somewhere here at Camp Flex and take a
No,
look.
no, we'll let you come to a race. No, you just let me know when you want to do that.
Oh, that would be so much fun. Well, I know also the camporee completing honors is a huge thing for our Pathfinders. Which honors are you offering this
Two
year?
honors. So the Adventist Church started healthcare in the 1800s, and we have an honor that tracked the development of Adventist healthcare from Ellen White's time to the current time. And we have a health careers honor that helps people at a very young age think about all the variety of healthcare careers they could have and try to be interested in it as a young before they get into college.
Oh, I love that. That's wonderful. Well, really fun. Even for those of us who aren't Pathfinder anymore, have you had any free time to get involved in, trading pins?
Oh, now that you bring it up,
Yeah.
I love trading pins.
You do?
And I'm
Yay.
going to give you a special pin.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Advent Health has 3 different places of Pathfinder. You get a pin for each place. And if you get all 3 pins and you find me,
Yeah.
I'll give you that special
Oh,
pin.
this is very
This is
special.
a
This is
collector
treasure.
item. I've given 500 of them out today. We've seen over 10,000 people. But 500 have gone through all 3 events. And it's amazing.
You can't do a trade without me giving you one. I'm going to share with you one of our Voice of Prophecy pins that we created
Oh, thank you.
for Believe the Promise as well.
I appreciate it. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for having me on, and we're glad to be here.
Well, thank you, and thank you for what you're doing for Pathfinders and encouraging that next generation to take their talents and use them in service for God.
You've seen the images of the massive stage behind us. From this side and backstage, there were the people with massive lifts and chains and contraptions that were doing what I learned is called rigging. And putting it all together takes a small army of people. Joe Baker was backstage early on and met one of the riggers who found this particular job to be unique in many ways.
That dude is crazy.
So my name is Jason Green. I'm for Banshee Productions 360. I've been doing this for roughly 5 years now, full time for 5 years. I dabbled with it a little while back when I was younger. This structure doesn't compare really anything else I've been a part of. I spent a lot of time building really large stages, but just the scale of this, the amount of pieces, the intricacy of all the scenic work that's been added onto the facade is just, it's outstanding. It's been a beautiful struggle to be a part of. We have about a third of the amount of people we normally do for something this size. It's just such a unique experience to add this many set pieces with this many moving parts on the stage. It's amazing. I can't believe that we're doing this. a lot of unknowns. There's a lot of stigma behind a lot of different groups of people, right? And not knowing much of the specifics about the Seventh-day Adventist Church was pretty intimidating for a lot of us. We came in and we wanted to make sure we would present ourselves to the church and what their wishes were. And when we arrived on site, we actually found out a lot of what we thought we were going to have to deal with. It was completely wrong. I felt welcomed. Everybody on our crew has felt super welcome and wanted to be here, which has changed a lot of minds from a lot of the people on my crew, myself included. It's been really interesting to kind of mix together with all these different backgrounds, because in my line of work, everybody has a different background. There's people that have a really professional background like me. There's people that have done this since they turned 16 years old, and 40 years later, they're still building stages. When I found out what the Pathfinders were, what the church is really actually all about, it made me feel a little more at home. It's really warmed my heart the way that everybody here has accommodated us and accepted all of our differences and realized we're all one. It's perfect. This is a perfect experience for me, especially at this time of my life. When we got it close enough to done for the first rehearsal, we're tying pipe up at the very last second, and I'm bent down, I'm sweating, I'm tired, I'm sore, and all of a sudden I hear the chorus start to sing, and I'm choking up again about it. It's just that overwhelming feeling of when everybody feels it, call it the Holy Spirit, call it positivity, whatever you want. That really got me excited. I could feel it. I started to get the chills. And then when they actually entered the stage, I'm standing up stage right, just get done raising the last rope, and the kids and the crew walked out on the stage. And I don't know what it was about. We're doing it proud. Now, this is so much different to actually get to meet the cast of it, and the appreciation that you could feel, and to actually be able to understand the level of attitude coming from everybody on this crew, from this production, is such a different experience for us. Here and to see the joy on these children, and to feel just excitement that's still here right now. It made it so much more worth it and so much more unique than any show I've ever been a part of, because of what we touched on earlier, the differences that are actually not different at all. So when we get to be a part of something like this, everyone just comes together. It's been such a special experience for me that I don't want it to end.
Cool story, eh?
Absolutely.
It's really moving to hear that people helping this event are really experiencing what we hoped they would, and that is, we spend with each other all the time, love, support, welcoming feelings, right?
Yes. And I remember when we were setting this up and they arrived here to help us, we felt so blessed that they showed up and helped us when we really needed it too.
And it's amazing that before they ever saw a performance, they were already touched by the message, that
Yes.
they were already experiencing Jesus just in their interactions with us.
Amen.
Absolutely, yeah. So much kindness on their part, and I'm glad they saw that on our group's part as well. So great stuff. Hey, I think we are to check in with Grace backstage. Grace, you have something for us pretty special. What's going on?
Yeah, I'm here backstage and I'm looking at just, you guys were talking about as well, the rigging and the sheer amount of equipment and work that has gone into creating the stage and making it together. And as you mentioned, the team of people who were so awesome to come and build this stage and pull it all together. I don't know anything about this equipment, guys, I'm going to be honest. But if you look around here, there's this massive LED screen, all of this steel frame, plus the stage that was built to make it look like the Egyptian stage in which, the story is set. And yeah, I think it's just amazing and can respect the hard work so much that's gone into it. Yeah.
Ryan the ventriloquist is going to be on the main stage tonight, and I got a chance to speak with Ryan and his pal Ollie earlier when the weather was warm and sunny. Hey everybody, JC here, and today I get to talk to a special guest. Today I'm talking to Ryan Actually, I don't know who your friend is here, Ryan. Who do we have here?
This is Ollie. Hi. It's her very first camporee. She's so excited.
I know, this is amazing.
Oh my God, Ollie, how are you feeling? Nervous about camporee? Excited? What are the...
Nervous? No, if I was nervous, I'd just keep my head in the sand. Actually, had a great time meeting the kids and learning about Moses. It's amazing.
Oh, that's super cool. It's so nice to have you with us, Ollie. And Ryan, is this your first camporee?
This is not. This is my third time.
Wow.
So excited to be back.
Wow, we are so happy to have you back. So how does it feel, each camporee that you've done? What's it been like for you?
Well, I think the first thing I've got to say, there's so many sets, so many props. Like, oh, it's just amazing, the stage itself. So you get to walk up there every night and see all those amazing people that come from all those countries around the world. It's just, it's unbelievable. So each time I brought a special friend with me, like Ollie.
Yes, that's right.
Lily, the lamb, last time, and then Chico the lion, and then the lion two times ago when we did Daniel. So it's been so much fun.
Man, nice. And how has the weather been for you? How have you enjoyed the weather here in Wyoming?
I love it. It is amazing.
Does it remind you of home at all?
Oh, it's like the Sahara Desert.
That's good. So Ryan, I'm sure you perform for different audiences.
Sure.
And so you're going to be performing for over 50,000.
Get me out of here.
No, we're fine.
No! Where's some sand so I can stick my head in?
No, stop. No. Well, yes, we're very excited to have that many wonderful folks. And how many? 50,000. Don't worry, you can only see the first 10,000.
Oh,
So yeah, it's beyond the bill.
Gotcha. So for these different audiences, like how is it performing for kids? How is that different than some of the other audiences that you
Sure. Well, I would say my crowd is this sort of crowd. It's all ages. Like, what I love about this is not only are we getting to have fun with all the kids,
That's awesome.
but we get to have fun with all the moms and dads and friends that have come along with them. So my target, if you will, as far as who I love performing for is all ages together. Because it's something that everybody can come and laugh together and learn about God.
Oh, yeah. And so how did you get into doing evangelism?
Oh, he always wanted to know what it was like to collect unemployment checks.
No, actually, I started when I was 12 years old. And so kids, you've got a talent that God's given you, no matter how old you are. Use it now, because, you never know where it could lead you.
It could lead you to Gillette, Wyoming.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So I got started when I was young. I performed for my grandma's church, and then next thing you know, I get invited here, and got invited there, and got invited a whole lot of places. We've been to 35 different countries now. I think 2,700 performances.
And in all these performances, is there something that just keeps you going, something that you love about doing all this?
Well, there is something special about making people laugh.
Yeah, you can just look at his face and you laugh.
Stop it. But so I love making people laugh, and then get to be able to share God's love, be able to encourage somebody. So maybe we perform somewhere and folks say, I've never been to a church, but I came because I heard there was a ventriloquist. And so how cool is that to get to meet folks who maybe say, I'm not sure about what it would mean to have a relationship with God, but they'll come, and not only do we get to make them laugh, but we get to share just how important Jesus is to me.
That's amazing. So if there's a message that you could give to kids out there with talents, with different gifts that be unique, like ventriloquism,
that's right.
What would your message be to them?
Well, yeah, maybe you're not a ventriloquist.
Yeah, in fact, don't become one, because he can't handle competition.
No, stop it. So you have all kinds of different gifts that God's given you. And so I think it's the most important thing. Do not do what Ollie does.
And bury your head in the sand.
Exactly, or bury your talent in the sand. So God's given you stuff. Be faithful. It might be in something that you consider a small thing, but remember, with small things, they're big things to God. Be faithful wherever God puts you, wherever God plants you, and God will see the fruit because of what He's called you to.
Well, thank you so much, Ryan, and thank you so much, Ollie, for being with us today.
Oh, you bet.
So guys, we are so excited for you guys to meet Ryan and Ollie on stage when they will be performing for us, and we hope that you guys have a great camporee. Can't wait to see you out there.
JP, it looks like you had so much fun with Ryan and Ollie.
Yeah, that was probably one of the most interesting interviews, because Ollie was quite the character.
Quite the character. Can't wait to hear more. Grace, did you just sprint back over here?
Yeah, it was quite a trek. Pretty much it's pretty crowded over there as well, so it's,
The
rubbing shoulders to get through.
The excitement is mounting. uplifting here, definitely. I loved it. You know, we've been having so much fun here in the broadcast pavilion. At least I have. We've all been having fun. Right? Okay. You know, for 3 of the 4 of us, this is not everyday environment. But for you, Ruben, you have an extensive background in news media. Talk to us a bit about that.
Yeah, so before coming to Voice of Prophecy and Discovery Mountain, I used to work in Washington, D.C. for a couple of news radio companies there. Great places to work. That's lots of cool people, great people, mentors. Yeah, and they taught me a lot about the news business, about the technology behind it, and how to do it. And it's just been a lot of fun to do this and help y'all put this together.
Yeah, it will. You know, this would not have been the same without you and leadership and Brian Bello and so many others and our wonderful team, Jacoia and Grace. Grace, we first got to know you when you sent in an amazing audition tape, Discovery Mountain. Talk to us about that.
Well, yeah, I auditioned originally and I did a couple of different accents and languages. It's something I've kind of been working on since I was younger. Started practicing different accents and stuff, so it's pretty fun. Because you get to kind of trick people know where you're from. But yeah.
I think you sang a couple different accents. You're definitely underselling yourself. How many were there, Ruben? Do you remember?
Was it 5 or 15? I don't know.
What is it?
A miracle of 5 at least. I just remember being blown away.
I think it was about 7.
About 7.
There may be some future characters on Discovery Mountain.
Oh, I love it. That would be awesome. You know, Discovery Mountain is fun. It's international, just like the camporee is international, and it's been wonderful to be here, and the kids are all here tonight. It's so exciting.
It is so cool. And speaking of Discovery Mountain, Miss Jean, how did Discovery Mountain come about?
Oh, well, that's a great question, JP. We started talking about Discovery Mountain back in 2016. And dreaming about it. And, you know, my husband Sean and I had been at Voice of Prophecy for a couple of years at that point. And we talked about, you know, the kind of programming we had looked for our children when they were young. They're now grown adults, as you know, Jay. You're friends with both our daughters. But we wanted something that was engaging and true to the Bible and faithful to the Bible stories. But had to be fun. And, you know, Ruben, we were working together at Voice of Prophecy at that point, part of that team that helped make the decisions, and we had a lot of long talks about whether it should be audio, whether it should be video, and we said, hey, Voice of Prophecy started in radio, and audio is still the thing. You know, podcasts were still very popular, and they still are. So podcasts are still very
one of his fantastic servants who has helped camporee
here. We have camera operators, and we have someone that you know, if you're familiar with Discovery Mountain, who I'm going to embarrass right now and make come stand on front of camera right next to Grace here. Here is a familiar face that everybody who has seen us has recognized. It's Director Doug.
Wow, he's doing his typical directing.
That's right. He's directing us here and making everything on the set flow smoothly.
He's usually a nice guy. Usually.
I do my best. It's my nature, but I do my best.
Yeah, so you have your full Discovery Mountain team here working hard. Thanks, Doug.
I think you did a great job. What about yours?
Yeah, I don't
It's
say
okay.
too many nice things about him, Grace. Come on.
Go to 10.
Yeah.
Jacoia, you have an interesting name, and I've never heard your name before. So do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so my parents are both from Liberia, West Africa. My people, so West Africa, and my grandfather's name was Jackson Fia. And so my mom took his name and just put it together, and a lot of my cousins have influence on their name. And so Japhia means sharp, like of the mind. That's what the Fia part means. So, it's a lot to live up to sometimes, but it's definitely, I love the name. I love the name. It's always a good conversation starter.
Very nice. So awesome. Hey, you guys, I am hearing from Director Doug that the main stage program is ready to begin. And so we so appreciate you joining us here at the Discovery Mountain Broadcast Pavilion, brought to you by the Voice of Prophecy. Enjoy the program. We're going to go live to what's happening behind us now. And don't forget to keep exercising your faith.
Back here at International Pathfinder Camporee. Are you guys excited to be here?
I am so excited that I finally made it to Oshkosh.
Ollie, that's not right.
I pronounced it wrong. Oshkosh.
No, you have it wrong. Have you ever heard of Gillette?
Yes, I see your shave with it every evening.
No. Have you ever heard of Gillette, the town?
Oh, the town! Yeah, never heard of it.
Gillette, Wyoming.
We are in Wyoming?
We're in Wyoming.
You mean like in the West?
Like in the West.
Like in the Wild West?
Like in the Wild West.
You're in the Wild West of Wyoming. Let's go riding camporee, guys! We love it!
That's it? Okay. Well, we could not be more excited to be out here. It's a beautiful, beautiful area.
You know what the West is known for?
What is the West known for?
Their wonderful fruit.
Their wonderful fruit?
Especially their cantaloupes.
They're not known for the cantaloupes.
Yes, they are. There's even a song. Home on the range, where the deer and the cantaloupe play.
No. Ali, I think you were thinking. I'm talking about the antelope. The antelope. We saw them. They were in the field right over there today. Did you see the antelope?
Yes, they are delicious.
No.
I want to eat one.
You were still thinking about cantaloupes. Here in Wyoming, they have antelopes. Antelopes. Try this. Antelope. I give up. Well, I will tell you, I am very excited. I was looking around and I saw all the amazing wildlife around here.
You're talking about the Texas Conference kids, aren't you? Everything's bigger in Texas.
No. I'm talking about the amazing creatures that God has created around here. I am hoping I get to see a herd of buffalo.
What?
A herd of buffalo.
Of course I've heard of buffalo. What, do you think I have my head in the sand?
No, I'm talking about a buffalo herd.
What did the buffalo hear?
I'm talking about a buffalo herd.
I said I do not know what a buffalo herd. My word, I'm more confused than a dude looking for the mid-aisle of an ABC store.
Okay. Anyways, skip that if you don't mind. Besides, we've got an amazing crowd out here.
Yes, we do.
And
wait a minute. What if we are in the Wild West?
Which we are in the Wild West.
Then we are going to need Pathfinder's camporee song.
Yes, we will need a song. So I'm going to have those in the back give us a song that we have prepared just for this camporee. They're going to put up on the screen for us, and we're going to sing a little song.
Oh, give me a tent where the Pathfinders went, into that where there's more room to play, where lanterns shine bright, every star is in sight, and the good spray is needed all day. Home in Gillette, where the story of Moses is heard. it begin as we trade all our pins. And there's mosquitoes the size of a bird. Stop it. What? I saw one. It was humongous. It was so huge from a distance I thought it was my cousin Oscar.
Stop it. Are you sure?
See? For a minute I thought we were doing Moses and the 10 plagues of mosquitoes.
That is not true. Actually, we are excited because we're talking about Moses all week. Are you guys excited that we will be talking about Moses this week? Isn't that absolutely amazing?
We are doing the part where the Israelites are wandering around in the wilderness for 40 years in the desert. I tell you what, it would not have taken me 40 years to find my nest.
Well, as you know, or maybe you don't know, there is a specific reason why the Israelites were wandering around the desert for 40 years.
Yes, I know, because back then they didn't have a GPS.
No, that's not it.
They wouldn't stop and ask for directions.
No, that's not either.
That wasn't working right. What? Too soon?
No. The reason they're out there in the desert, they forgot to trust in God. What? They forgot God's promises. Their lack of faith and disobedience led them to wander in the desert for 40 years.
Wow.
In fact, if you remember, they were promised to get out of Egypt, right?
And God did miracles with all the plagues.
All the plagues, and they were able to leave Egypt. But they no sooner leave Egypt, they see a big sea in front of them and an army behind them.
Yeah.
And do you remember what they wanted to do?
They wanted to give up. They wanted to turn back. They wanted to go back to Egypt.
But once again, they saw God's mighty hand as the Red Sea parted and they walked through. But on the other side, once again, they saw a big desert. And once again, they said,
Always have somebody who's going to be walking with you. It doesn't matter what thing you're going through.
Truth is, before we're too hard on the children of Israel, God calls us on a journey. If you're a believer, each and every one of us have been called on a journey. Sometimes it gets hard. Sometimes we think that because we're a Christian, it's going to be an easy journey, that we won't have bumps in the road, that we won't have any potholes, that we won't have any detours. And yet God has promises for us, but one of them is not that it will always be easy. What He's promised is that He will always be with us. What He's promised is that no matter who you are or what state you come from
or what country from around the world you live,
if you have Jesus in your life, you always have a friend with you. You always have somebody who's going to be walking with you. It does not matter what thing you're going through, what storm has come your way, what trial has come. It may be health, it may be finances, it may be something that only you and God know about. But I am thankful that the same God that parts the Red Seas, parts the problems and storms in our life. But that does not mean it will be easy. It does not mean things will always go the way we hope. It means that we can believe the promise that the hand of the Father will be holding us through those storms.
You know what? Speaking of storms,
what's that?
you know, we've had some storms here in Quebec. But the promises of God are always true.
They're always true.
How determined is God today?
So my name is Ile and I'm from Kyiv, Ukraine. As you might know, in Ukraine we have a ban for men between 18 and 60 years old, and they're not allowed to cross the border if they think. So our dad was supposed to drive us, but we couldn't, so we had an opportunity to come here. So we traveled 30 hours by bus to Frankfurt, and then we flew from Frankfurt to United States. So that was a big blessing to be here, and I'm very excited about it. There was one time when, like at night, like a bomb was like hitting the ground, and it came like 100 meters where we live. Like it was really close. My friend's name is Vika. She's 18 years old. She was sick. Cancer. It was like getting worse and worse. When she was like going out of her bed, like in the hospital, there was like shelling, and she was like going to the bunkers where you can be safe. Bomb hits the Ahmadiyat. It's like a children's hospital. The window was broke, and if she was still lying, she would probably die or have serious injury. So as usual, we will wake up and go to school. But if we have air raids, we go down to the basement just to be safe. Even if there won't be any explosions or missiles, we still go to the basement and continue our study, which is more challenging than the upstairs in normal classes. Going to work, I think, is the same. You still have to go to the basement, right? And then you just come back to work whenever the air raid is over. We like really miss our dad and like our dog, and we want to come back. In the beginning of the war, like when people needed some things, some food, supplies, church gave some boxes with a lot of food and supplies, what they needed, hygiene products, and they would give to people who needed it. A lot of people moved away from the country, and there were less Pathfinders, but now some new people come to Pathfinder clubs, and they're coming back to life. So I have another story to share. It's like about a lady that God saved when she was going to the church. One day, the lady was getting ready to go to the church, and when she was going, she got like a notification on her phone that there was like shelling, and the shelling was really like next to her and killed the man that was in front of her. But the lady who was after him survived because she had like a Bible in her like purse. So the man was like in the Bible, and like that God saved her. And then like she showed some photos and video. It's like miracles that God saved us.
How are you doing? Listen, 2019, we've been chosen. But this year we got something new for you.
Yes, I'm sure nothing can separate us from God's love. Not death, life, angels, or Holy Spirit. I am sure that nothing now and nothing in the future, no powers, nothing above us, nothing below us,
Nothing in the created world
will ever be able to separate us from the love. The love God has shown us in Christ Jesus our Lord.
If you believe, go ahead and shout amen.
Gillette,
That's
how are you
we talked
doing?
about David, and this time we are talking about Moses. And let me
This
I know it's a good story. But no way to
save her son. She's weaving.
God was weaving with midwives and mothers. Well, Jochebed was weaving by telling her daughter to go look at Moses. God was weaving by telling Pharaoh's daughter to adopt him. And that is the way that God works, y'all. When he's behind the scenes, God is relentlessly trying to save his children. And he does it by weaving. Someone shout, weaving. The God that we serve is weaving. He's weaving and concocting a plan to save our lives. And the crazy thing is, Moses had no idea that he was in danger. Moses had no idea that his mother was concocting a plan. And just like Moses, many of us have no idea that we're in danger. But we also have no idea that the God that we serve is concocting a plan to save our lives. And the way that I know that is true is because the God that I serve did it for me. I remember a few years ago, some friends of mine and me, we went down to Bermuda. And when you go to Bermuda, the thing that you do is go to the beach. So as soon as we arrived, we made our way to this beach called Horseshoe Bay. It's the most famous beach in all of the country. But when we arrived at Horseshoe Bay, there was nobody there. There was nobody on this beautiful, beautiful beach. And the reason why there was nobody there is because we did not know that the beach had been closed because there was a riptide. And so as we stood on the edge of the ocean, about to jump in, this lady, this strange lady, we watched her swim out to the deep, and then she swam back. And when she swam back, she next to me, and she said, hey. And I said, hey. And she said, there's something strange in the ocean. And I said to her, what are you talking about? Did you see something on the news? And she said, no, but there's something strange in the ocean. We didn't pay attention to her warning. We jumped into the water. One of our friends said that he couldn't swim. It was cool. We were close to the shore. But soon a wave came and swept him off of his feet. And before I knew it, my friend was being tossed in the wave. I reached down to grab him, to try to pull him up, and he kept slipping from my hands. The more he slipped, the more I grabbed. And before I knew it, I looked over my shoulder, and the riptide had taken us so far away from the beach that I didn't think that I could make it back. I struggled with my friend, trying to pull him up out of the water. I tried, but then he gave me those eyes like he was saying it was okay, and I could let him go. And as I let him go, I watched him sink, and then I held up my head, and I looked out, and I realized that I would never make it back to the beach, but God was leaving. And the God that I serve allowed that strange woman that had come up to me and told me that there was something strange in the water. She never left the beach. She never let us leave her eyes because God was weaving. On that night, my son, who's 6 years old, went to family worship back in America while I was in Bermuda and prayed this simple prayer. God, I pray that my father doesn't die. And that whole time, while I was struggling, the God that I serve was weaving. This lady who looked strange to me, she went to the lifeguard and said to the lifeguard, who had already started to pack up his stuff, hey, you need to go save those boys because God was weaving. And the lifeguard came swimming out to me, and he held me, and then he went down and he pulled my friend up out of the water, and he says to me, and I'm going to say it to you, he said, stop struggling. I'm here to save you. And in that moment, I knew that the God that I serve, before I could ask, the God that I serve, before I could petition, even when I can't pray, the God I serve is a weaver. And he was weaving, concocting an ark to save my life. And so I know you think you're here. You think you're here to collect pins. You think that you're here to get badges. You think that you're here for the fun. You think that you're here for the hookup. But I came tonight to tell you that the reason why we are in Gillette is because the God that we serve is weaving and concocting a plan to save your life. So as I leave this stage, I only got one thing to tell you. On last night when the storm came through, it wasn't the building that saved your life. God was weaving. It wasn't the tent. God was weaving. It wasn't the poncho. God was weaving. Why? Because the God that we serve, even when we don't ask, concocts a plan to save our lives. So go ahead and put your hands together for the God who's weaving.
John's gonna start, no way. Let's go. Start.
Mama, tell us a story. Yes, Mama, a story. Please.
I will, my little ones. Now, sit down, Miriam. Come here, Aaron.
Mama, you've been eating too much.
It's a baby, silly.
Mama ate a baby.
She's growing a baby.
There are lots of babies.
And that's a good thing. It's a fulfillment of God's promise to Abraham. Me too. God told Abraham that he'd have more children than there are stars in the sky.
That's the law.
But Abraham didn't even have one child, so he couldn't imagine how that would happen. Well, that's right. So he had to have faith and believe that God would keep his promises.
And God gave us a promise too.
He certainly did. He'll rescue us from slavery and take us to a new land.
Some people don't believe that promise anymore. It has been a long time. When will God rescue us?
Says God's forgotten us, that we'll always be slaves. A lot of our people. But did God give Abraham children, even when it seemed he never would?
You better believe it.
Even if we must wait, even if it's hard, we can trust that our God will always keep his promises.
Here's Papa! Watch my back!
How was your day, Miriam? Aaron?
I wish I didn't make you work so hard.
And hurt you.
But the Lord has given me both of you and your mother. And that's what keeps me going.
Mother says God will send a deliverer to rescue us.
Yes, I believe you. I hope soon. Very soon.
When?
I am sorry, Father. I want to have a son as much as you want me to have one.
You have one job. One job. I need a male heir. Our lineage isn't secure without it.
But the gods have not favored me.
Then you must be doing something wrong.
Father, I mean...
The great God Happy would want you to have a son. Next, Pharaoh.
Your Majesty, your kings wish to speak.
Send them. We'll continue this conversation.
The Nile, as in the river. He allows us to be with child.
You know, I heard from my best friend's hairdresser's neighbor's sister that the gods like it when we wear amulets.
Bless you. Amulets are medallions representing the gods that you wear around your neck.
Amulets. That might be worth a try.
We can go to the market and pick some out.
Oh, I just love the market. It's like a giant closet of everything you could ever want.
Goodness.
Except you never get tangled up in all the hangers and have to yell for help.
Yeah, it actually happened to her once.
It's the most beautiful baby I've ever seen.
Hey!
Okay. One of the 3 most beautiful babies I've ever seen. But what do we... God save us.
What's that, Mama?
I come by the decree of Pharaoh.
Already?
The great god and king of Upper and Lower Egypt, the son of Ra, Tutmos, giving life eternally and forever. Let me in.
Sorry, could you repeat that?
I come by decree of Pharaoh, the great god and king of Upper and... Wait a minute. We've heard you have an infant boy. Where is he?
Sir,
As though you tell me the truth. Despicable slaves. Stand up, man. Let me see. Now you, boy. Get up. is he? We'll find him. Did you give him to a neighbor to hide? Because we'll search them too.
Stir this for me, Miriam. We don't want the soup to burn. Of course, Mother.
What was that?
You broke it!
What?
My favorite bowl! I loved that bowl! It was the best bowl!
Children. Emotional.
My soup-loving days are over!
Fine. He's obviously not here. But if you've had a baby, trust me, we'll find him. And he'll go in the Nile where he belongs. They'll be back. We can't hide him forever.
We have to do something.
It's all right, son.
We have to protect him.
I feel like home. Pomegranate hut.
Welcome to the marketplace, come shop for gifts galore. Won't be disappointed, we've got everything and more.
From trinkets that will dazzle
and togas in your style. You won't find any finer shops on this side of the Nile. Welcome to the Grand Bazaar, Egypt's favorite place, where everything is up for sale in a giant retail space. Everybody knows our name from Rome to Zanzibar. This shopping mall is what we call the Grand Bazaar.
Are you looking for some earrings?
or perhaps a snaky charm.
How about this beaded bracelet?
Ooh, that looks good on my arm. We're shopping for the princess for some amulets sublime that the gods will grant us unto her, the pharaoh's next in line.
No worries, girls. We've just the things your princess needs to thrive.
This one has pearls, this one has swirls.
And these that just arrived.
Yes, all the land will envy her, the gods will jump for joy.
And your purchase comes with a guarantee of a bouncing baby boy.
A bouncing baby boy!
To the Grand Bazaar, shopping paradise. With goods imported from afar.
With bargains twice as nice.
From purses made of camel hair
To a giant salad bar.
This shopping mall has got it all. The Reagan Grand Bazaar.
Oh, princess, you look gorgeous. Yes, princess, you look snappy.
Well, girls, what can I say? If it makes the gods happy.
Those amulets are yummy. Soon you'll have a little sonny. And you'll make the perfect mummy.
Welcome one and all. It's one big giant shopping spree. Enjoy and have a ball. When you need retail therapy, come back and look around.
It's really true, we have it all.
We're always open, spring or fall.
Asia's favorite shopping mall. The Great and Grand
Hand me more pitch, Miriam. Here. Mother? Yes. We've weaved baskets together before, many times, but it seems we have enough. Shouldn't we be figuring out what to do with the baby? That's exactly what we are doing. This is where we'll hide him. But You saw yesterday the guard looked in the baskets.
Oh, but we won't keep the basket in the house. We're going to float it in the river.
And you think that will work?
The new law states that all baby boys must go in the Nile. And he will. He'll just be inside a basket.
But it seems there's a lot that could go wrong. I mean, a hippo might come along, or the basket could tip over.
Miriam.
What if it floats through?
And trust him to take care of the rest. Come here.
Noah followed God's command and built a boat upon dry land. For he believed God had a plan and followed unafraid.
Abraham endured the test to give his son by God's request. God saw the faith that he possessed, and his son was surely saved. Our God will make a way. Our God will make a way. He is faithful. Our God will make a way. He's our glorious Redeemer, and he guides our path each day. Hallelujah, our God will make a way.
Child, my sweet God-given little boy, may the Lord watch over you and protect you. May the plans he has for you come to pass. Lord, keep your eye on him as I must turn my eyes away. Keep your strong arms of comfort around him, just as I must now release him.
Do I let him go? Now what do I do?
I must get to my work. Stay here and watch him. Watch what the Lord will do.
Our God will make a way. Our God will make a way. He is faithful. Our God will make a way. He's our glorious Redeemer, and he guides our path each day. Hallelujah, our God will make a way.
Guys? Is that a crocodile? No. It's a log. Then why is it looking at us like we're on a buffet?
That is a crocodile. I'm sorry, Princess. We'll have to come back some other time. It's not safe.
Oh, nonsense. I've gone through the effort with the amulets. We'll simply move further down the river.
I should have brought my hiking sandals. I'm afraid I'm starting to perspire.
What's that?
Oh, it's like sweating, but just more ladylike.
No, there. Floating in the river.
A basket? Someone must be storing their food in there. Ew.
Get it for me.
In the river?
Yes, go.
Okay.
Though you have much nicer baskets back at the palace. Far better than this plain one. What is it?
A baby.
What?
You are precious. Look at him. The most beautiful baby.
He's cute, but you know he must be one of the Hebrew children.
Can you imagine him being killed? That's what the new decree requires. No, this is my child. A gift from the river god himself. The amulets worked.
Are you sure, my lady? I mean, what will your father say?
He wanted a grandson, and now he has one. I'll convince him making this baby my son is precisely what we need to do. He shall be named Moses, because he was a gift to me from the gods.
Your Highness? Child, how dare you approach the princess? I beg your pardon, madam, but I couldn't help but notice that you have a child in need of a nurse. I know a Hebrew woman who would make an excellent caretaker.
It's true I'd need a nurse.
But, slave? It makes sense. The Hebrew baby ought to be cared for by a Hebrew woman.
Bring this woman to me, child. I'd like to meet her.
You'll want to make sure you've a guard assigned to keep an eye on the baby and his caretaker.
Oh, of course. We'll send our very best one. Yes. This plan will work just fine.
Do you really think your father will agree?
Oh, you've forgotten how convincing I can be. Yes. You, my son, will keep our lineage secure. And you'll bring me to power.
Though we cannot see tomorrow, we see what you have done. You're the one we trust and follow for all that's yet to come. Our God will make a way. Our God will make a way. He is faithful. Our God will make a way. He's our glorious Redeemer, and He guides our path each day. Hallelujah, our God will make a way. Our God will make a way.
Thank you, my friend, for helping me today.
Think nothing of it. You were injured. But you had your own quota of bricks to fill. But the Lord gave me strength.
I'm sure he did.
I'll have Jochebed come by later with some ointment.
Thank you. Hopefully the swelling will be down by tomorrow.
Yes, we'll pray it will be so.
I'll see you tomorrow, Amram.
Good night.
Farewell. Come on, let's get you home. Here, easy does it.
Stop! Why are you here? This is my home. Why are you here?
I'm here for the child.
Please don't hurt him. I beg you.
Why would I hurt him? I'm here to protect him, to make sure you don't hurt him.
I wouldn't hurt him. It's my job to protect him.
Mine.
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 I'm so confused.
Amram? Is that you?
Jochebed, are you all right? What's going on?
This is Omar, the guard assigned to protect the child.
Protect
the infant that I'm nursing for the princess.
The princess, but that's a beautiful baby. The princess must be so happy.
Until he comes of age, she's hired me to be his nurse. His name is Moses.
Moses? So watching this child is your new job?
Yes.
I'm going back outside to keep watch.
So, instead of worrying about them killing our son,
they're now paying me to care for him and assigned a guard to keep him safe.
Well, that's different than this morning.
Only God, Amram.
Only God.
Only God.
You what?
You should see this baby. Father, I can tell he's special.
He's a Hebrew.
He was given to me by the river god. As I was pleading for a son, one appeared right in front of me. How much clearer could Happy be?
What you don't understand...
Think of it as a backup plan, Father. If I do bear a son, then he can be in line for the throne. But if not, my Moses will do so. It will protect our lineage, as was your concern.
I suppose. But being raised in Goshen?
He may as well learn the customs of the Hebrews, as he will rule over them someday.
And when he is of age, he will become a prince of Egypt?
He'll be trained as a priest, educated as a ruler, instructed to be a general. He'll become great like us.
Well, given our circumstances, it does make sense. Very well, we'll follow your plan. For now.
What do you call a beehive without an exit door? What? Unbelievable! Aaron. Get it, Omar? Unbelieve? Because there's no exit door? Tough crowd. Hey, Slowpoke. Can't catch me. Oh, you just wait!
Come here! Let's throw me the hat! You're not gonna get it, Aaron.
Well, now I've caught him. Time to get ready for Sabbath, boys.
Hi, Miriam. You look,
Tired, I'm sure. I've started working as a maid for the wife of an Egyptian official.
I was gonna say, you look very...
Yes?
You look really practical.
Practical?
Yeah.
Miriam!
What is it, Mo? Not funny.
That was funny. Girls are afraid of so many things.
Yeah, be careful what you say about girls, Moses. Someday you'll want them to like you.
No. You're a good guy, Lemuel. But when you're around my sister, you make a lily pad look brilliant.
Yeah, I know.
You're afraid of my sister?
No.
Everyone's afraid of something.
Maybe a little.
I'm not. What about hippopotami? Nope.
Big hairy spiders?
Nah. Hungry jackals? Nothing scares me.
Boys, I told you. Time to wash up for supper.
I am hungry.
Come along, Moses. I'll help you. Here, hold this.
A snake! Oh, Moses.
Oh, Princess, incoming text message.
Oh, text. Oh, Your Majesty. I've received the update on Moses from Omar, Your Highness.
What did he say?
The boy is eating all the food you sent, and growing well. He's smart and quite fast.
And his caretakers?
Omar says they are raising him well.
Very good.
Okay, how did Joseph make his tea? How? He brewed it. Get it? Because he's a Hebrew. Hebrew.
Aaron. Boo. Who are we taking the bill to?
That's